Hello, everyone. My name is Shekobi Mary Okora. I'm a childcare provider. I am a wife. I am a mum of two beautiful boys. I am a daughter and a friend to someone.
Yes, that's someone is Esther here. Yeah, and I've moved into, I almost called you Tracy, my daughter. Mary's space just to come and, yeah, spend some time with her today. And I think she was saying you had some questions to ask me? Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So my name is Esther. Esther Nduta. Sometimes I say Esther from Leicester. And yes, I am a friend as well, a mother.
Yes.
Okay, professionally, I wear many caps, so maybe you will be able to hear some of them today. So
Okay.
thank you.
You're welcome
Yeah,
to my space.
thank you.
Right, so I just thought I needed this chat with you,
Mm,
just maybe to help someone out there, and
mhm,
then just to get into your space a little bit more. So you've just been through a life-changing experience.
mhm.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about it?
Okay, in life, there's so many events. Yeah, if you were to study a subject known as health and social care, which is one of the subjects I teach, you will realize that in life there are many events.
Hmm.
And one of the events is employment, and
Yes.
sometimes is leaving employment. Or rather, for me, it came to a situation where we were made redundant. COVID-19 came with its
Hmm.
own problems. It was good in some way for me because during the furlough, of course, I kept my job and
Yes.
the earnings kept coming. But as the repercussions or the consequences of COVID-19 started showing up, uh, my company said we would be made redundant. But I don't just accept the word redundant, Mary. I am not redundant. I
Yes.
am not redundant. I was sharing with you over the weekend and I said I went and looked at the dictionary because this is my first process of going through that.
Hmm.
And if I talk too much, you can stop me and say, okay,
No,
Esther, stop.
right
Okay.
on.
So what I did, I thought, this word redundant, it sounds redundant, dun,
Yeah,
dun, 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 like
yeah,
just
yeah.
dun, dun. So I thought, no, 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 I'm not going
Mhm.
to just accept the word redundant. And Mary, if you're kind while I'm talking, you can
Yeah,
look for the definition
of
of the word
redundant.
redundant and you see
Yes.
why I don't want to be called redundant. Instead, I used a synonymous word with redundant,
Okay.
which is superfluous, right? Oh,
You see
brilliant,
that?
brilliant. So you will have a look at the word superfluous and you
Okay.
will have a look at the word redundant to see the differences in the definition.
Okay.
And therefore, after that, I will be able now to explain the or not, is it not the consequences. By the way, this is unscripted and we will
Yeah.
do it just unscripted, so just accept these women in their spaces and their beautiful tropical accent. Just accept that one. So redundant, what does it mean?
It says not or no longer needed or useful.
Can you imagine that I'm no longer needed? That
Impossible.
I'm no longer useful. What's the last one there?
And then,
And then they give you the other word, superfluous.
yes,
Okay.
many of the old skills had become redundant.
Brilliant. Oh, I would say brilliant because I'm so used to saying brilliant. Imagine that. Now they've given you a British example there. What does that example of a person are no longer employed because there is no more?
Work
No
available.
more. That's what they said. But guess what? I am very, very useful.
Hmm.
I am very, very needed.
Yes.
I just need to find that space where I am needed.
Needed.
I know the skills are not redundant because I've built them over the years. I
That's
have really
right.
built my skills. I'm more experienced now.
Yes.
So they're not useless, and I'm not useless. Yeah.
Yes.
And when my husband was trying to also encourage me,
Mm.
and he was trying to show me, the tree trunk.
Mm.
As the trees grow, you see the circles. When if you cut a tree, I saw a little thing here. If I could use one of your examples
The
here,
log.
if I can be able, yeah. So you see this log here. Thankfully, Mary has this one. Yeah. So you can see it has lines and lines and lines. So each line is a kind of a representative of a year.
Mm.
And as the spirals go and go and go, yeah, it's each
Like,
year. So it's like me. That's the picture. I don't know whether it's so clear, but
yeah.
you can imagine how a tree trunk looks like from the inside. So I have layers and layers and layers of skills, experiences, and all that. So then you tell me I'm redundant? No way. But among the words, because I wanted to be nice and kind to the system of the UK that normally sometimes tell people they are redundant. I came across that's the Kenyan Kikuyu accent going there. I came across, the synonymous word for redundancy, and it is superfluous. What does that say, Mary? You read
It
for me.
says unnecessary, especially through being more than enough.
Now, the unnecessary, you can get rid of it. I don't want that word unnecessary because I know I'm very necessary, like I've just told you. But now the more than enough. Let me read the second statement of the same. It says, especially through being more than enough. I love that. So I'm unnecessary in that particular context. Where they say they may no longer need me, but in actual sense they may need me. I'm no longer necessary in that space, maybe because they couldn't find the space for me. But I am more than enough. So I am more than enough, and I know I'm more than enough because when I have presented myself to some people, they've told me you're overqualified for this position. Maybe you would be suitable for this position and this position and the other position, and I know. So I'm not being proud. It's not being prideful. It's just that in life, Mary, you come to know the value that you have or the value in you, your worth. So instead of feeling what's the opposite of not having self-worth? If your self-esteem goes, belittle, or self-esteem goes down, you remember the worth, the value that is in you. And then on top of the worth, just as a person created by God, beautifully, wonderfully made, all structured in every bit, full of love, and then a right mind, they say, if you have all those things on top of what you've gathered along life, the education. By the way, don't look down on education. It opens many doors. It does. Yes, it's tough when we're going through education. It's tough. You don't like those tests and exams. By the way, even in real life, we have the same tests. Yes, you may not be having a written test, but life in itself is a test every day. Even us doing this, we are testing ourselves to the limits. Okay, so never look down or overlook the. I'm looking for a word. The what's this word?
Experiences,
the extent, or rather what education can bring to you. So you have the bits of knowledge, whether you gather the maths algebra that you don't like, or trigonometry or whatever it is,
for the maths,
all the subjects, the biologies that you read, all the geographies that you read, all the religious education that you read. You may think it's not necessary, but it does open doors. Anyway, let me not be distracted from all the talk. You asked me about the life changes. So one of the life changes is that one of me becoming more than enough, becoming superfluous. And I'm out there in the field now, looking back at my CV, which I hadn't updated for a long time, but of course I had updated maybe the beginning of this year, because I was seeing that this superfluous thing is coming up. So I had started preparing. So I looked at my CV and I'm thinking, oh, Esther, you're rich in your personal profile, you're rich in the key skills, you're rich in the work experience, you're rich in your education, you're rich in the hobbies and interests. And guess what? When this superfluous thing came, I went to my hobbies and interests, and I'm thinking, out of all this CV, the only line that has remained almost the same, not expanding too much, is the hobbies and interests. Now, another magical thing, my employers were the best. In my employment, I didn't know, okay, maybe their pockets were different money-wise, but when it came to relating with people, even you now, you're a director, you're a manager somewhere. So when it came to relating to people, I related to them the way I'm relating to you, even if you're the headmistress or the principal of this, what do you call little stars?
Little
They're
stars,
not very
childcare.
little stars. They're little stars just because they're tiny, but
And we're
they're
trying
big
to
stars.
reach for the
Yes.
stars.
So they were relating with me the way, Mary, you relate with me. They were down to earth people, and they build my confidence, my self-esteem, and therefore in the process of building me that way, yeah, I can't say anything negative about them. They've given me 5 years wonderful time. I won't name them. If you really want to know where I was working, go to my LinkedIn profile. You will be able to find out there. Yes, but they gave me everything that any person like Esther would desire. And they gave me that confidence that I can be whoever I can be.
Yes.
And they gave me the confidence that I am doing my job perfect. And apart from that, my students were also doing the same.
That's
So
good.
the comments, the feedback I've received from them, it's wonderful. So the SUPERFLUOUS is there. But again, let me not be distracted because I like talking. So it's the
Right on.
hobbies and the interests in my CV that really caught up with me. So when I was thinking about being SUPERFLUOUS, more than enough, I wanted to do something about my hobbies and interests because I've been too busy, 3, what do you normally say? 9 to 5,
Five.
Dolly Parton. Yeah, working 9 to 5,
Yeah.
waterway,
Yes.
of living. So I didn't want it to be necessarily 9 to 5 or 8 to 4. So I'm looking at that. So Mary, if I could go back to the question you asked me, what exactly did you want to know about the life-changing event? Their life-changing
Yes.
event for me is the SUPERFLUOUS. But what do you want to know more?
So,
Yeah.
anyway, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Anyways, the reason why we're doing this is not to show off. It's to help someone out there and helping ourselves as well, talk about our experiences, because there's so many other people that may be going through this particular life-changing experience or trying to change a career. Words that we speak to ourselves matter a lot. We're not saying that you won't feel a bit, discouraged, or you won't feel the fact that, okay, I'm leaving this place. Emotions, you cannot stop yourself from feeling emotions. But the words that you say to yourself, they're very, very important. And hearing from other people that have been through the same thing, it's also a bonus, isn't it? So I remember on Monday, which was your last day, right? You posted and told people it was your last day with your current employer. Now, when you woke up on that day, how did you feel?
On Monday, the 25th of July, 2022 was the date when I was doing my last day with my current, my employer then. I wrote the current employer because it was then, and that's the date. Now, the feelings and the emotions were not on that particular day.
Okay.
The feelings and the emotions were back in May when it was announced that the redundancies are coming. But like I said, I had started updating my CV last year, December. As I sat last year, December, you hear these whispers in your heart that something may not be quite right.
Yes.
Your conscience tells you, but I believe the Holy Spirit also tells you, I'm a believer, I'm a Christian. So I hear these whispers, and then I watch the circumstances, I watch what is happening. And some of our very good managers had left, and I'm thinking something may not be quite right. So in as much as the shock of them leaving, and then the shock now came like it was magnified even more in May. But because I already had started reconciling with the issue that we may end up there, the shock wasn't as big.
Okay.
Yeah, so I didn't feel like that heart attack thing.
Yeah.
No, I just
prepared.
thought, I think this was coming.
Yes.
But the very day it was announced, it was, I think, the 30th of May. You remember, 30th of May is just near the end of the month.
Yes.
It can be shocking. And we were told that the process will go within the next 14 days.
Wow.
Right? And then within those next 14 days, we do the first consultation, and the next 14 days, we do the second. So a month is gone. So June is gone in consultation. So what is it telling you? That in July, which is this month now, so that's just a month ago, this July, they're telling you you will no longer be employed. So like you say, the emotions come in and the questions come in and the little worries, nigglings come in and say, how will I be earning? Where will I start? What do I need to do? And all that. So all those things do happen in your mind.
Yeah.
And I'm still thinking sometimes, when I sit down, I'm thinking, oh, where will be my daily bread coming from? Where will be my next earning coming from? Should I be employed? Should I be self-employed? Should I just, finally, I have just concluded. I think I'll be, not I think, I know, I'll be God employed. I
That's
will
the
be
best
God employed,
way.
because when I surrender to God, He has done in the past. Send me to the right path. So why should I fret? Why should I fear?
That's right.
So the emotion of fear, the afraid thing, the self-pity thing, the shock thing, all those things, want to come in. They want to sneak in.
Yes.
But I haven't given them room. So on top of positive telling myself I'm not redundant, I'm superfluous, and superfluous in the context of more than enough, not more than enough because I've created myself to be more than enough. It's because I've stood on a rock that is higher than I.
That's right.
That rock that is higher than I am a believer. It's God.
Yes.
And I look at the life of Jesus because it's with Jesus as a man or a human being that I'm able to read the example of who I can become.
Yes.
Because I believe the promise of the Holy Spirit as well can be able to be worked out in me.
Yes.
And guess what? This is not just talk. It's tried and tested evidence. It works.
Yes.
It works. So one other day, when I tell you the whole story of Esther, you will be shocked.
Oh dear.
So we take one day at a time.
That's it.
And we see the opportunities open. Even today, Mary, is an opportunity. Yesterday, when I was planning, today, I wasn't planning to be on this chair. I wasn't planning to be in this house. But as you spoke to me, you said, Esther, what are you doing tomorrow? And guess what? My hobbies and interests are coming alive. I told you, I looked at the CV and I thought, I'm a people person and I would like to spend time with people in my community, and your community number one. Here I am. So it's already working. And I did pray as well. I do pray. I said, I don't want to be going after Mary, after so-and-so, after so-and-so, asking how can I help?
Yes.
I want them to come to me. Because the more I try to go into people's spaces, okay, this is your space. I didn't just come without consent, permission. you invited me in. So I want to go into people's lives, not because I'm inviting myself there, but because they are inviting me.
Yes.
So Mary, the fears, the worries, the cares, all those things, can pop into your mind. You see, I was even trying to read my mind when I was trying to look at that. They do pop up. They do come in. But again, you have to speak to yourself, and apart from speaking, you have to act upon them. So when you tell yourself you're more than enough, show us you're more than enough now, being on this screen with Mary and spending the morning with her boys. He's more than enough. It's already showing that I have a lot to offer. Okay, I'm still learning. The boys have taught me a lot. And you're teaching me a lot. So there's always room for improvement. Let me not just say I'm more than enough, no. There's always room for improvement. Mary, I think I've answered the question about this being my last day and what was I like. I was okay.
Yes.
I felt like I've been set free to be. Yes, I've been set free to be, but not okay, in one way, I'm asking where will the income come from? But in another way, I am free to choose. I am free to be. I am free to be able to add value to you. I'm free. It's not about money. No. Yes, money talks, but there's some situation like this one that money doesn't necessarily talk, because you're not paying me. I'm not going to pay you. You just smile. And then maybe you give me some pounded yam.
That's it.
Or maybe you give me some plantain.
Or jollof rice.
And what do I need? My daily bread. Only that, and then I'm done.
Yeah, because God's grace is
more than sufficient.
That's right. That's right. Anyway, as you can tell, we are both daughters of God, aren't we? And we have tried and tested him. Well, maybe very soon I'll be able to tell my own story of my test, and but God has been amazing.
Amen.
And that even on the day that you felt, okay, yes, you said you were set free, it could have been a different, you would have woken up feeling a different way, but you woke up feeling free. Feeling free to move on to other things. So we thank God for that. I'm really encouraged.
This is the third day, and I've done more than enough, and I'm going to be doing more.
Exactly.
So the things I've done in these 3 days, I'm amazed, Mary. Yeah, and some of them you can find them on YouTube. If you want to see the links, we'll be sharing them down
At the
here,
bottom.
or you can, either email, inbox Mary, DM. What does DM mean?
DM is I think you go slide into the DM like your private
Something.
messenger,
Yeah, so
something
private
like
message,
that.
PM, DM, I don't know what they call them. You can always private message us, and then you can be able to get to know a little bit more.
Yes. So
Yes.
yeah, I'm really happy about this,
Yeah.
because even on the Monday, maybe on the other side, I was like, I know Esther likes to talk.
Yeah.
I would love to get her into my space.
Mhm.
Usually you're the one that interviews me.
That's right.
But this time I want to interview you.
And I want you to do more of that, because I find sometimes I feel like I'm intruding. So I want people to be able to talk to me,
Yes.
even when I'm not asking questions. They're willing to. Yeah, but it's a prayer I have, because I believe in talking. In the same
helps.
way we learn to talk to one another, we talk to God as well, because that's what prayer is.
Yes.
It's not necessarily when we go like this. No. This is the way we communicate. You get to know me, you get to know you, and in the process of communicating, we can be able to speak our concerns, we can speak our joys. But this girl is always joyous. Maybe that's one of the things she can tell us why she's always joyous. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes. Yeah.
I just believe life is for living. And my Bible tells me I have to live it to the fullest. I live every day like it were my last, or is that the right English?
Yeah.
It were my last day, because I don't know what tomorrow will hold. I mean, yesterday we just heard of a passing of one of our beautiful, ladies, and we know that she's lived a life,
full one.
a full life, and we take inspiration from her. So, we want to live a life to its fullness, so that if I'm gone tomorrow, somebody else will be able to say, she lived a good life.
Yeah.
So another question. So what next? I know you said you're now working on your hobbies, on your, gifts. What next? What do you think you'll be doing next?
We will be right back, because the alarm is saying it's lunchtime. Yeah, and I need to stop it because it's in the background. But we will be right back to tell you what next. So Mary, if you know how to pause, we can be able to pause this, and then we'll be right back.
That's it. Now it is.
Welcome back. As we said, we will be right back. We are. The alarm said it's lunchtime, but I think we're going to have word burgers.
Yes.
Word burgers, not air burgers, word burgers. So we are going to continue. You had asked me a question. What next? What next? So again, we go back to that line of hobbies and interests. I'm using my CV. I'm not going to lay it back.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to do, like you've just had the alarm ringing that it's lunchtime, it's 12:30 where we are. I want to have a more structured life like yours, Mary.
Am I?
Yes. Tell us about a little bit of how structured your days are like. Like the other day I was calling you and you're like, oh, I know what I'm doing between this time and this time and this time. I don't even need to track it because it's already, I need to track mine. But Mary, just give me a snippet so that people know why I want to copy your, it's okay to copy you.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's not like those days we used to look at somebody else's exam and no. You have your own life, you have your own trajectory of life. I have mine, but there's some ideas that we borrow from each other. Okay. So what is one of the things you do with your boys, for example, if you don't mind me just throwing the ball on your side?
You're not interviewing me.
I will stop in a moment, but I will tell you because I've learned some of the ideas from it. So what do you do with your boys so that at least, I don't know, the waking up time and the sleeping time in a nutshell?
Okay. I think when you have children, you need to be able to manage your stresses because children come with their own baggages, with their own manual, and you have to fit it into your own life almost. And sometimes you might end up giving your whole life to them, and then it feels like you're not living yours. So for me to be able to manage my life and my children's life without anybody feeling stressed out, I do try to be in a routine that works for my family. and it's been communicated to everyone in my family. So, like the boys now, I mean, before we go to bed, would have probably discussed what we're doing the next day, if it's going to be a chilled out day or if we're going on a trip or something. But and then because I try to keep it the same almost with flexibility in the sense that they know they're waking up, they're having their breakfast, and then maybe in the morning we're doing some crafts or, you know, doing some drawing or some games. And if mommy has a meeting or something, they know that mommy has a meeting at this time. And you can tell, you can hear them go, oh, mommy has a meeting, mommy has a meeting. They know. And then lunchtime, they're not children that snack a lot. So even if they have a snack, maybe just a biscuit or something, you know. And then after lunch, even their technology time, they know when, you know, they have their technology time and then for how long. And so I find that it works well for us. I'm not feeling stressed that the boys are not doing what I want them to do. And they are not feeling stressed that mommy is interrupting our play or mommy is interrupting what we're doing. Everybody knows what they should be doing at certain times. So it works really well for me. And that's why I probably seem chilled most of the time.
Okay. Maybe for the next 2 months, I'm not as structured as I would like to be. But this is the time now I want to develop a structure, a routine that works for me.
Yes.
But it's not deviating away so much from what I've done on a regular basis. So one of the things my husband taught me is you wake up and you get ready, you know. Okay, it's easier for men within 10 minutes. They could just put on their shirt, their trousers, and they're out of the room. But for me as a woman, one of the things I want to be able to do is when I wake up in the morning, I get ready as if I'm going to work, particularly Monday to Friday, right? And it's not as if I'm going to work, because I am going to work. Remember, I said work, it doesn't necessarily have to be paid
Office,
work.
yes.
It doesn't have to be office work. So I will be waking up regularly and just do exactly that. Now, let me take you back again to the hobbies and interests, because those are the ones I really want to get started on in the next 2 months. Before maybe October, I go back to formal employment in part-time. That's what I want to do in part-time. So I want to be able to write. You've been telling me about writing books and all that. So if I don't write books, then I can do the blogging, because I do have a website. I want to be able to sing. A friend of mine said, I can support you, Esther, in that. Okay, I've tried before, but I've done it with one foot in full-time employment and one foot not really sure whether I should follow this. I can sing, not marvelously like the angels in heaven, but the angels in heaven can join with me. Mary
That's
can
right.
join with me. Other people can join with me and be able to harmonize that singing, and therefore be able to produce some music, something like that. So there's the writing, there is the singing. I do it in church every Sunday,
Yes.
but I can extend that to YouTube. You never know. Yeah.
Or dance.
Or dance. Okay, dancing I love. I love dancing. And sometimes I'm shy. It's until people also let their copyrighted music to be free to be danced to. But I know a few people I can dance to their music. I think it will help also to improve my waistline. Yes. And then the other thing is, I'm not so enthusiastic about exercise and keeping fit, you know, physical fitness. So the dancing brings that. Okay. I like cooking. Now, that could be a good thing or it could be a problem, right? Because I cook and eat.
Eat it.
So yesterday I was doing puff puff, and Mary, you know where the idea was. I mean, planted into the previous night. Today is Wednesday, so on Tuesday night in the Bible study, we are talking about bring and share, as that's what church fellowship is like. Bring and share. Like now, I brought myself. We share some words, but in bring and share, we bring food and share. So puff puff was planted in my head as a seed on the Tuesday, and I was doing puff puff yesterday. Puff puff, by the way, what is puff puff, Mary?
It's a snack from Nigeria, or is it from Africa?
West
I know we all do it.
mostly West Africa,
we do it in different ways. Or there are different ways of doing it. There's some that are really, really soft and spongy, and then there's some that are like cakey. So yeah, I like the spongy one more.
Okay.
I don't know which one you made.
I made some. Kenyan recipe. Yeah, Esther's recipe to be precise. So I made some puff puff yesterday and they were nice, and you will be happy to know since morning I haven't eaten a puff puff because I think
Wow.
I had 1, 2, 3, 4,
Ooh.
5. Not size, they're not so big. They're the size of this egg here. Let me show you. Maybe okay, slightly bigger than this because they were Esther's shape, but I think Nigerians would make slightly smaller than this one. Anyway, I like cooking, Mary. I like cooking, and maybe one of these days I'm also showing you how
can
to
do some
prepare
cooking.
peri peri sauce.
Yes.
Yes. So kitchen is one of the spaces, but after I cook, I just have to be careful. How much am I consuming,
Yes.
right? On top of my puff puff, I also ate ugali. And one of the things I'm learning also, or rather I want to show people, is that ugali doesn't necessarily just have to be made with maize flour. Yeah. And you can save the flour by putting some oil in your saucepan, things like that. So I want to be able in future maybe to do videos and show how you can save on your flour, how you can cook different types of healthy ugalis and all that. I like gardening, not like, but I have come to like gardening because it's a space that can be very therapeutic. So I grow those greens that you don't like, the green leaf. Yeah, you remember sometimes I try to offer you the skuma wiki. For the Kenyan friends, you will know what skuma wiki is. And every family, every Kenyan would like to have a skuma wiki garden. So I grow skuma wikis. This year I've grown beans. I have grown bell peppers, the sweet peppers, the huge ones. I've grown coriander. I've grown strawberries. So it's not that I have a big shamba. Okay, I don't have a big field, but the little parchment that I have been able to squeeze those, and I'm eating even traditional Kenyan vegetables called managu. It's called nightshade. Yeah, in English it's called nightshade. Some people think it's poisonous, but it's not. It's very healthy. That's what I am kind of growing. So I've said so many things: writing, singing, cooking, gardening, shopping. I have reduced. I've cut down a little bit. Of course, I wouldn't be having this big money to spend anyway. So I've cut down on the shopping. And then the other thing I would really, really, really love to do, Mary, is this. Talking to people, being in the community, fellowshipping with people, vlogging if we can, keep a record of what it is that we are doing. You never know, maybe in future, this is what will be left for us, for other people to see. In 100 years, we won't be around. But guess what? You and you and you, the future people, the future generations that will be here, this was done on the what date is it, Mary? 28th of July, 2022.
Yes.
So if you see this in another 50, I don't know how many, 25 years, I don't know how many, even today, just know that we love you. Yeah. And we're trying to do a few things. Yeah.
Yes. Have we got someone sneaking?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Well done. You sound like you'll be even busier than when you're working.
I am busy. Like yesterday, Mary, I was exhausted. By evening, my to-do list, my to-do list on the 26th was not completed. My to-do list on the 27th was not completed. My to-do list on the 28th now, it's not completed. I still have lots and lots and lots of things to do. And I've been so busy. Yesterday, my feet were aching. I was exhausted. Even my own husband said, Esther, you're not stopping. You're here. You're here. You're just darting here like a dart. Yeah, yes. But he is also learning in the process. And you are learning in the process. We are learning in the process. Because you are learning to come into my space. I'm learning to come into your space. And together we are able to come up with something worthwhile.
That's right. And you've been exercising with my voice today, rolling on the floor. Oh my goodness. I said you'll be sleeping very well.
He was my teacher, this young man here. He's taught me a lot. He was my teacher. And yes, he is a very good teacher. So I'm learning even from the children. I'm learning from everybody who can give me an opportunity to learn from them. I am learning.
Oh, well done. This has been really lovely.
Yeah.
Like we said, we're just doing this so that, we can help someone out there or to just spend time with each other.
That's right.
Because I believe if you can hear from everything we've been saying, communication is key, isn't it? The
It
more you
is.
talk to people, the more you talk to yourself, the
Yeah.
more you communicate with people, the better we all are, So, yeah, it's been lovely. We're going to have
Yeah.
some more time
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
And keep doing what you're doing. Keeping on.
Yes.
Keep on keeping on. Is that how they say it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Any last words?
Any last words is there's always room for improvement.
Yes.
There's always room for learning. There's a lot you can learn from this age. You can become a child again, because like when I was rolling on the ground today, he was the one filming. When I was learning about snakes and ladders, he was the one teaching me the rules. When we were doing the puzzles, and life is a puzzle, he was the one who was telling me we need to do the timing, and he was also telling me the little tricks on what he thinks should go. And he said to me, let's do the eyes first.
Wow.
We were doing Spider-Man. So he said, let's do the eyes first, because they're clear white images, and we can be able now to build the rest of the picture. And then he told me about the enemies of Mr. Spider-Man.
Wow.
So in life, Mary, in life, everybody,
Yes.
there are quite a number of things that we are made of. So there's the superhero, the super person in us, like the Spider-Man.
Yes.
And we know they're enemies of that Mr. Spider-Man. But we have other people to teach us, also to teach us about life, to learn about the enemies, and also to learn about the superheroes in us. So my final words for today is find out the superhero in you, the super person in you, and tell that super person to live out the life.
Yes.
But not without the awareness of the enemy, and not without the help of other people, because without other people we are not able to really win with life.
Yes.
And children also teach us a lot, but it's important that also we become like children, because if he didn't learn what he was teaching me, being teachable, then he wouldn't be able to be now teaching me what he has taught me today. Yeah.
Wow, powerful.
Yeah.
Well, I won't say anymore because you said it all.
And they're well behaved, by the way. We try to sneak into watching. What's your favorite cartoon, Jonathan?
What do you like watching?
Starting with the Z.
Sonic? What do you like watching? Why are you being shy?
Okay, they told me they like watching Sonic. Yes, there.
Sonic.
What's Sonic? You see, I'm still learning Sonic. And we sneaked into Alexa. But Jonathan thought, I've been told not to watch videos at this time of the day. And he said to me, we are not allowed to watch video clips or cartoons at this hour of the day, because it was 11 a.m. in the morning. And Esther knew, it was time to stop. And we stopped. So, Mary, we've been good.
Well,
thank you so much. And thank you for educating them. So if he can win against temptation, why not me? Why not me? So if there is food, my temptation,
self-control.
Then I need to self-control. Like now, I don't want to be snacking in between. I just want to be having my breakfast and then eating my breakfast and eating within those times that I've set the alarm. The routine is one of the things I want to keep in everything. Not religiously until I'm a slave to it. No, flexible enough, but also within the limits that keep me sane.
Flexible.
You're flexible. You're a footballer. So flexible enough that I am within what do you call them? I am within the sanity of this life. Because if again I make them to be my religion, I'll be mad.
That's right. That's right. Everything in moderation.
Everything in moderation.
Yes.
And that's what the Bible, the good book, tells us.
Yes.
Okay.
And actually, there was something that came to my mind because, there are times that, we can't help what's happening to us. We cannot help the stresses, the issues that come to us. But we owe it to ourselves to try. We're only responsible for how we make ourselves feel, how, our actions, our words. So my own thing is, finding joys, the little joys around that can help lift me up. Because else what we find is we go down even more if we allow the situations weigh us down.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard, but
Yeah.
you have to make conscious effort,
Yeah.
into helping yourself.
Yeah.
I don't want to go down, so you have
Yeah.
to try it by yourself. You can have people help you, but the responsibility lies with myself, isn't
That's
it?
right.
For me to help myself. So finding those little joys around, those little experiences around, those little opportunities around to help me.
Yeah. It's taking responsibility of your
Yes.
life. Yeah.
Yes.
It's taking responsibility. Yeah.
Yeah, so this was lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for giving me your time. And thank you, Jonathan, for joining in. I've seen a fly trying to join in our conversation.
Yeah, it's because we opened the back door while you were away. We opened the back door and some flies decided it's warmer inside here. And that's how they've been playing. But we'll get rid of them very soon. I grew up with more than one or two flies.
Yeah.
So don't worry about them, Jonathan. I know you want to chase them anytime you see one, but don't worry about them.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll send them out very soon.
We
Okay.
will.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Mary, for allowing me to come to your space.
Thank you. Thank you for coming into my space and for helping me out last minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you for stepping in because I had to go for a meeting and she stepped in to come and help me with the boys. Thank you.
Karibu sana. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Asante sana.
Asante sana. Nagode. In Hausa.
Nagode. Yeah, my Hausa language. My Nigerian language is Hausa. My Kenyan language is Kikuyu. My national Kenyan language is Swahili.
Oh my goodness.
And my British national language is English. Yes.
And
Nagode.
Nagode, that's Hausa.
Asante.
Then Baigi. My main language is Magode.
Magode. Okay, Magode and Nagode and Asante and thank you.
Yes. Right, until next time.
Adios.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.